the attempt at justice that I'm most known for was setting up what's known as the Refugee Law Project. Now, around about 2013 when this government started, and I was then and still am head through the federal court reports and federal law reports, which report cases from those courts, and so report all the asylum seeking cases. And from 2013 on, I began to be aware of the profound obsession the government had with keeping every possible refugee out of the country. And he was willing to spend whatever he needed to spend to do that. My estimate, there are no figures on this, but being right at the centre of things, my estimate is he was spending about $4 billion a year to keep every possible refugee out of the country. I mean, for a start, the 5 major firms in the city of Sydney all had what were known as Peter Dutton departments, where they employed 50 or 60 lawyers who did nothing but try and keep refugees out of the country. So I saw this happen, and I saw the numbers growing, because normally, prior to this, people would be assessed in a relatively just sort of way, and most would get their visa as refugees. Now everybody was knocked back, so the numbers in the courts were growing. We got to a point around 2015 where there were, I think, around or over 2,000 asylum seekers going through the courts with no legal representation whatsoever. So I decided to jump in there and form this refugee law project to provide pro bono assistance to these people. And we had a lot of wins, but a lot of wins in the crazy system of the assessment of asylum seekers and refugees in this country, a system which no other country in the world could possibly tolerate. Doesn't mean much. Now, it used to be hard to explain this to people till Djokovic came in, right? And you saw Djokovic win the case, and the Minister for Immigration overruled the court. I mean, government minister overrules the court in our system. Now, if Djokovic had won 7 more times, it would have gone back and been overruled by the minister every time, and that's what was happening to our clients. In the meantime, they were kept in detention for 3, 5, 10, 12 years. Okay, and we weren't getting any of the visas. As I say, we're the best people in the country. The winning case, it doesn't matter in that system. So that was one of the driving forces that pushed me into politics. I'm 70 years of age. The last thing I thought I'd do was go into politics, but I saw there was no solution in the law. The only solution was a political one, where we got in there, formed government, and changed the law.